गाण्डीवं स्रंसते हस्तात् त्वक्चैव परिदह्यते न च शक्नोम्यवस्थातुं भ्रमतीव च मे मनः.
Gandiva, this famous bow of Arjuna, slips from my grasp and my skin burns. Unable to stand, my mind is spinning. So, this means Gandiva slips symbolizes the fact that action has come to a halt. Now we see this is a complete collapse. We are not at that stage. But what we don't understand is we are all relatively disabled in some form or the other. To the extent the emotion and the mind plays up, to that extent we are disabled. So we don't see it. We feel we're fine. And not only that, everyone is disabled. So there's no role model to follow. Now you have no idea of the loss of activity caused by this, because if people were aware of it, if society was aware of it, if governments were aware of it, if corporate bodies were aware of it, they would focus on this, because it's such a huge drain of energy, of vitality, which can be tapped into very easily. The moment you're relatively free from agitation, you become extremely dynamic, you become efficient, productive, but this is in spurts, this is in bits and pieces. So once a month your head comes out of this delusion and you function to a brilliant state. Again you go back. And such a person is considered brilliant. So, children, for instance, take a look at children. They're free from mental agitation. They're full of energy and vitality. From the time they wake up till the time they go to sleep, there's constant energy. Therefore, every child needs a minimum of 3 babysitters. The mother gets tired, so she hands her over to the maid. The maid gets tired, so she hands her over to somebody else. And then finally, the neighbor takes care of the child. All of the other adults are tired. The baby, the child is full of vitality. That is how you should be. That is why yesterday we saw Shankaracharya equated a man of realization, Balavat, to a child, to this aspect. Now when the same challenge confronts others, you are so quick with your advice. You sit there and say, you should do this, you should do that. But when 1/10 of the challenge hits you, you are incapacitated. Because of the inability to look within, the introvertedness is not there. And you are lulled into complacency when things are all right. But before you know it, you get hit. And it's too late because you haven't fortified yourself. Now what happens is, once the intellect goes, all the equipments under it go. That's what he's describing here. The organs of perception, he says, the skin is burning. Organs of action, I can't stand. The mind, spinning. So what happens is, when the intellect goes astray, you can't even see things. Your powers of observation are so low. Action gets flawed. You do all the wrong things. You make mistakes. And the mind is in its own chakkar, spinning, literally spinning. So you're totally incapacitated. 31.